Hi guys, Tabitha here. I'm super excited to meet all of you at Wedding MBA this year and talk about your social media. Before we do that, I want to let you know about a contest that's happening during this class. What you're going to want to do is follow 3 people: Tab McCausland, Big Media Solutions, and the Wedding MBA. You're going to take a picture with your Samsung, your iPhone, your iPad, your BlackBerry. Do they make those anymore? I don't know. But any way that you can get onto Instagram. Post a photo. I will deduct points for non-flattering photos of me, of anything going on in the class, and post that tagging those 3 people. Sometime during Wedding MBA, we are going to pick 2 winners. The first one is going to win a mentoring session worth $2,000, and the second one is going to win 3 months worth of social media help. I want to thank Inamoto for powering this video, and I'm ready to dive into social media. Let's go.
Oh, America, are you serious? It's awesome, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you your next speaker to the stage, standing tall at a strong 5'9", strutting around in her favorite 4-inch heels. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your social media diva, Miss Tabitha McCausland-Oneill.
Hey guys, we did not go over that, but I figured I'm fluffy. There's no way that I'm ever going to be introduced like that again, so I took full advantage. Please excuse me. So just in case you didn't see that, you want to follow these 3 people. There is going to be an awesome contest done at the end of the Wedding MBA. So make sure you follow these 3 people that are up on the screen right now. Tag photos, post them, and we're going to pick a winner at the end of this. So why listen to me about social media? I own more than just a wedding company. I am a wedding photographer, been in the wedding industry for 17 years. But I also own part of a DJ company called Firefly, and I also own several other companies. So I do the social media for more than just weddings. I'm getting feedback. So I do social media for many, many companies. Wedding MBA honored me with letting me do their social media. So this is what they looked like 3 months ago. They had 326 followers, so basically way more than people that are in this room right now didn't know about Wedding MBA. Now, 1,790 people follow them. So, a lot more people know about Wedding MBA right now. I'm going to tell you how to get from one to the other. Blush by Brandy Gar is an awesome coordinating company in Orlando, Florida. I took over their social media about 4 months ago. They started at $498. They're now at $1966. So a lot more people know about them. And that's what you guys are here for, right? If you want more people to know about you, say aye. Aye. Fantastic. Firefly is my baby. It is my husband's company. He is the one that introduced me today, and that's why he sounds so good on the microphone. Now, 1,798 people. I didn't do a before slideshow because there was no before slideshow. He's been in the wedding industry 10 years, but he's only owned Firefly for 1.5 years. So now almost 2,000 people know about him. It doesn't really seem like a lot of people. And I know that a lot of you probably have a lot more followers than 798. Every single one of these followers were given organically. Every single one of these followers are bringing us business. These are our ideal clients, venues, and vendors. That is why 1798 is so important to me, because I know every single one of these people want our product and come to us for that. So that's why 1798 may not seem like a lot to you, but trust me, it's enough to run a business. It's enough to help your business as well. We're going to talk about buying followers and things like that a little later on, but I really wanted to tell you why that is so important. So, is anybody in here private? Does anybody have their Instagram private right now? Say aye. Okay, so a few of you. Shame on you. Take it off of private. If you're in my class right now, you want people to know about you. So being on private is basically like walking through Wedding MBA, not talking to anybody, seeing anybody, being with anybody, and at the end of it, asking why nobody knows who you are. That's why you want to take your Instagram off private. I'm not saying not have a personal Instagram. You can definitely have a personal Instagram that you keep on private. But if you want people to know about you, being on private is the worst thing because you're trying to be private. And you don't want to be private. You want everyone to know about you. Well, you want the right people to know about you. Take it off of private. These stats are not that important, but really cool because Instagram is the fastest growing social media. And it started in 2010 by a guy named Kevin and also someone else, but nobody knows about him because he's not good at social media. So everyone thinks that Kevin started Instagram, but he actually did it with a partner that, again, not a lot of people know about. It was bought by Facebook for $1 billion. That's with a B, $1 billion. Facebook waited a little while before it did anything with Instagram because it still had its own things to work out on Facebook as far as ads and stuff like that go. But I'm sure a lot of you are seeing ads and stuff now. And that came from Facebook and their business model they have with that. 400 million people are on Instagram. 400 million. You only need a small portion of that to be your ideal client, venue, or vendor. Out of 100 of the top brands, 95% of them have an Instagram account. Obviously, everybody in this room needs to have an Instagram account. Out of 100 of the world's best brands, 95 of them have an Instagram account. So if you think that Instagram is important after seeing that, say aye. Absolutely. This is kind of funny to me. This is the first ever picture ever posted on Instagram. It's Kevin's dog. The reason I find it so funny is because the two leading accounts on Instagram, besides celebrities, is animals and hair and makeup tutorials. I'm sure you've seen hair and makeup tutorials. They're everywhere, right? Every 16-year-old watches hair and makeup tutorials, including my own. But animals are a close second. My Rottweiler has its own Instagram account. By the way, it grows faster than any of the wedding businesses that I own, or that I manage. And I manage a Fortune 500 company as well, Instagram. And my Rottweiler grew faster than any of the other ones. So that tells you how much animals are on Instagram. You get it. People want to see that. People want to see those cute things. So, to me, this is the most important thing that I want you to take away today. It's not a popularity contest. People today did not want to tell me what their Instagram account was because they thought I was going to be like, you only have 200 followers, or whatever it is. I'm sure there are people in this room that have 10,000 followers, and hopefully those are all your ideal clients, because if you are, you're doing something amazing and great for you. But it is not a popularity contest. I only have 6,000 followers on my personal Instagram page. And again, I'm sure there's people in this room that have more than that. But they were all organically mine. They're all mine. They're all my ideal client. They're all bringing me business. Same with Firefly. They're all bringing him business. Do not pay for Instagram followers because you want to be popular. Well, I cannot say it enough, because they are supposed to be paying you. You are not supposed to be paying them. And it's very easy to tell the people that pay for Instagram followers or followers anywhere or likes anywhere, because there's no real interaction with your clients or venues or vendors. So why in the world would you want to pay for something they're supposed to be doing for you? If you want to make money from your Instagram account, say aye. So do not buy followers. Followers are fake, and they're just a waste of time and a waste of space and the way for you to feel great. The way I want you to feel great is to have the actual people that are bringing you business. That's what I'm going to show you today. How to acquire the people and the venues and the vendors that you want in your circle, that you want to know what you're doing on a daily basis. You do not get those by paying for them. Not a popularity contest. I don't care how many followers you have. It's not a popularity contest. It doesn't matter how many followers you have, as long as they're yours, they're real, they're interactive with you, and they want to invest in you. Those are real followers. Those are what we're going for, not the paid ones. I could give you an app right now. Before you walk out the door, you could have 10,000 followers. Won't bring you a dime. You'd have to pay $10 for it. Complete waste of time. So we're going to talk about how Instagram can help your business. Funny stats about hashtags. Either you like them or you don't. If you like them, say aye. Okay, so maybe half the room. I'm a hashtag girl. I love hashtags. I'm sorry, but that's just the way that it is. I love hashtags, and some people hate them, some people like them. I'm going to tell you where I put hashtags so that they're not so intrusive. I put them in the comment section of every photo. But I'm going to actually go down to the bottom of this, because I think that this is the most important stat. 80% of the pictures posted on Instagram have hashtags. 80% of the pictures have at least one hashtag. What does that mean? That means 80% of people think that hashtags are doing something or that work, right? So we should listen to that. Hashtags are Everything. They're a way to help with your geotagging, which we're going to talk about in a minute. They're the way to filter certain things. The hashtags are really, really important. I put hashtags in the comment section. That's where I decide to put them. Some people do the ... I don't like that because when you pick up the picture, it's very noisy. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I just put it in the first comment. On the first comment, don't look at me. Don't mind me. Listen to the verbiage, but don't look at the first comment. And a lot of people don't. But that's where I put it so that it's nice and clean. I like clean lines and I like clean things like that. So I thought it was really interesting that the #1 hashtag on Instagram is love. Isn't that what we all do for a living? Like, we're all in the love business. So Instagram is like, hey, we want to be part of the wedding industry because we all love it. That's the #1 hashtag is love. And I just thought that was so cool. So to me, hashtags are the old way of looking things up. Like when my grandmother used to go through the phone book and look for names and numbers and places, that's the way that people do it now. The way that it doesn't work for you is hashtags that don't pertain to the picture that you're looking at right now. So we're going to talk about ways to geotag and things like that and go into that. But if you're tagging a picture, make sure that you're tagging something that pertains to it. Because people do not like that. If you're a bride and you're getting married in New York and you're trying to find weddings in New York and it's a picture of a beach because the photographer wants to do more weddings in New York, or the venue or the florist or the coordinator wants to do pictures or more weddings in New York, and they're tagging Florida weddings for New York, they're not going to pay attention to that because they think that you don't know what you're talking about. You're hashtagging a beach and they're getting ready in New York City. So hashtags are important, but use the correct ones. So this is how I do it. Might work for you. It will work for you. It might not work as quickly, but it will work. Social media says it in the name. It's social. I have people coming up to me, Tabitha, I've posted 3 pictures while I'm here and nobody is commenting. No one has said anything. No one sees my stuff. Okay, well, how many times have you commented on anything while you were here? Oh, well, I haven't. Okay, well, how many people have you followed while you were here? None. Okay, well, that's like talking to the wall, right? All you're doing is saying, yeah, Wedding MBA was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I love it. See the picture? Yeah. You're not talking to anybody. You're not being social. Social media is social. So this is what I suggest you do. You find somebody who has a business like your own that you want to not necessarily imitate, but emulate. Find out what their followers are. Are they your ideal followers? Like, and comment. That's it. It's super simple. It sounds super simple, but that's it. Like, and comment. Like, and comment on their images, on their pictures, what they're doing, and I guarantee you will add followers that are your ideal clients, vendors, or venues immediately. So I'm going to give you a challenge. I want you to take 15 minutes today, 15 minutes tomorrow, and 15 minutes on Thursday. Some of us are leaving early because there's a hurricane. But I want you to spend 15 minutes and commenting on 100 people's images of your ideal client, your ideal vendor, or your ideal venue. And I guarantee you at the end of those 3 days, you will have 50 new followers. The importance of those followers is not that you have 50 new followers. I want you to understand that. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. The importance is that those 50 followers will be your followers. People who you want invested in you. They are your ideal client, your ideal venue, or your ideal vendor. Take that time. Social media is social. If you're not social, they don't know who you are. You could be the best photographer in the world, the best florist in the world, the best makeup artist in the world, but if you're not talking to them, they're not talking to you. That's how you grow your Instagram business. That's how you grow Instagram. That's how you get your ideal followers. Not by paying for them, by working for them. Just like you worked for everything else. It's a job. But I do get at least 5 inquiries a week from Instagram from this job, which I love, so I don't make it doesn't really feel like one. Like, and comment. Make sure you're tagging everyone. Make sure you're tagging everybody in all of your pictures. It hurts my soul when I see a gorgeous wedding image from anywhere in the country and there's not one picture, there's not one tag on that image. Let's say it was a photographer. How many photographers in here can put together a wedding all on their own? Say I. Exactly. How many florists can put together a wedding by themselves? Say I. Venues. Hair and makeup artists. Right. It's an effort. It's a collaboration. Never once in 17 years have I done a wedding where no one else was there but me. Never. Never, ever, ever. There was a hair and makeup artist. There's a florist. There's a venue. You have to tag these people. Especially if it's a vendor, or a photographer that you want to work with more often. It's just love. That's all it is. Number one hashtag for Instagram. Geotagging. A lot of people ask about geotagging and what that means. Super easy. It's where you are or where you want to be. That's it. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. So this is what we do to be geo-specific. You're looking for the people in your area that you want to work with. You're looking for your ideal client, which I'm a destination wedding photographer. That could literally be anywhere in the world. You're looking for your ideal venue. There are two venues that I love. I love a lot of venues in Orlando, but where I am, there's a place called Bella Collina, and there are the Four Seasons. Those are my two favorite that I like to work at, but Bella Collina looks like nothing else. It looks like they pick you up and they put you in Tuscany, somewhere in Italy. So when you're geo-specific about Bella Collina, most of the people that come to that location are not from that area because it's in the middle of nowhere, honestly. It takes me an hour to get there. And I live in that area. So what do these brides do? They look for hashtags for Bella Collina. They look for people who tag themselves in Bella Collina, weddings in Bella Collina, because they can't see what their flowers are going to look like in that area. They can't see what Jim is going to do to their lighting, a gorgeous lighting canopy over the reflective pool. They can't see all of those things. So this is the perfect example of geotagging, because what they're going to do is look for hashtags in that area. They're going to look for Bella Collina weddings. They're going to look for Bella Collina. They're going to use all of those specific things. That is the perfect example of geotagging. And then your ideal vendor team, the people that you want to work with. So you need to pay attention to what these people are doing and where these people are going, where they're tagging themselves, and making sure you're tagging yourself in those locations as well. Again, be super careful with your hashtags, because you will make a New York City bride mad if you tag New York City wedding photographer in a Florida beach wedding. Happens all the time. And I get it, it's because those people think that they want to work in those locations, and so what they're going to do is that they're going to tag themselves in those locations. But what you're actually doing is turning the people off. So if you've been to, I'm using New York as an example because in our area, a lot of people like to go to New York. It's super easy for us to get there, Florida to New York. So take a wedding that you've done there before and do a Throwback Thursday. Just make sure that what you're tagging is the actual location, or it looks like the location that you're at. I could easily tag a Bella Collina wedding as Italy, easily. No one would know. It looks that similar. So at least be on the right path to where you're tagging, because if not, you're just going to make people turn the other way. So this is the way that I get weddings in other cities and other locations. So one of my favorite weddings was in France, and the way that I got another Paris wedding was I did Throwback Thursdays till I wanted to throw up. They're like, seriously, Tabitha, are you in Paris again? Nope, but I was last year. And I'm going to be every single Thursday until I get another Paris wedding. Well, it worked. It worked. And I'm super specific in making sure that the pictures that I did post and asking for more European weddings. Lots of people don't use that hashtag, but people in that area do. So I know that I want a lot more European weddings. So because that's one of my favorite cities, San Francisco, New York, and anywhere in Europe, I'm happy to go. So I'm super specific with that. So that's what you want to do as well. And that's how you get business in other cities. Not by posting a Florida beach and saying hashtag Paris photographer, because then that's just going to be like, this person's crazy. They don't even know where they are. They're on a beach in Florida. So be really specific. And if you've done a wedding somewhere that you really want to go, use your Throwback Thursdays. It doesn't have to be every Thursday. I was a little obsessive. I get that, but it worked. And I've had 3 more since then, so obviously it worked. But that's how you get weddings in other cities. And that usually works for coordinators. There are some venues and things like that in here. But you could use that for the brides you want to attract to your venue. If you know that you look like a certain thing, that's what the hashtags that you should be using. Instagram contests are another way for you to add a lot of followers to your account. I will tell you, sometimes you will just get looky-loos with this, and that's okay, because at least it's not fake. At least you know that they're not fake people, right? At least they're real people. Sometimes they're people that just want to win something, but at least they want to win something that you have. It's not just a fake follower, and most of the time they do not unfollow you, which is good. So you never know when that person is going to turn into a real follower or a real following. So I have these shirts. I have a motto. It's on my arm, actually, and it says, I will find a way or I will make a way. I have my shirts made up. It says, it's in Tiffany blue, which is my business colors, and it says, I will find a way or I'll make a way, tabmccausland.com. People flip out. It's a $6 t-shirt. It's a $6 t-shirt, but I'll gain at least 20, 30, 40 followers, sometimes 50 followers, just to win this one t-shirt. All of you have something that somebody wants. It could be an engagement session. It could be a t-shirt. It could be a gift card to Starbucks. It could be anything. I always say, I do like gift cards to Starbucks, don't get me wrong, but I always say at least make sure that it's something to do with what you do, what you're doing. So if you're a venue, you might want to give away a Starbucks card. There's a lot of Starbucks in a lot of these hotels and venues and things like that. So that's a good thing for you to give away. And make sure it has something to do with your business. I suggest that all of you are running a Instagram contest like I'm doing and like I'm doing for Wedding MBA while you're here. Do it for 3 days. See how many followers you gain. Again, make sure that it's something to do with what your business is. Another way is to partner up with somebody. This is a way to add a lot more stuff. And then all they have to do is just click on one more link and follow one more person. So that's all I ask you to do on my Instagram contest. I just ask you to follow me, maybe share it, gain a friend, something like that. So partnering up with someone is another way to add value and to add more stuff. So if a venue has a photographer that they work with all the time, grab your photographer. This venue is offering a free engagement session. That's 2 people. That's 2 people on one thing. And now their followers are going to become your followers, and your followers are going to become their followers, and you're going to add things. By the way, the #1 hashtag for winning things is win, hashtag win. And again, you will add some people that don't necessarily want to use your product and just want to win it, but it's better than a fake follower because at least they want to win something you have, like I said. We already talked about that. Find something to give away. And I always suggest having it going for 3 days. People lose interest after 3 days. Our attention spans are not that long. So 3 days is the perfect amount of time to maximize the amount of people that you're trying to reach, but that don't get bored with waiting to see if they win or not. 3 days. So that's why Wedding MBA is the perfect time for you to be running a contest. Hey guys, I'm at Wedding MBA. Here's a t-shirt or here's a gift card. Follow me and follow what I'm doing for the next 3 days at Wedding MBA and you could win whatever it is. You need to post about it in more than one place. If most of your followers are on Facebook, I guarantee you they're also on Instagram. So cross-promote. Hey, I'm doing a contest only on Instagram. And then I suggest if you do a Facebook contest, the opposite. Hey, I'm doing if post on Instagram, I'm also doing a contest on Facebook. I have a lot more followers on Facebook, and that's just because Facebook has been around a lot longer than I've been on Instagram. I've actually not been on Instagram more than maybe 2 years. How do you see if what you're doing is actually working? These are my 2 favorite places to do that. Tabitha, how do I know if my commenting is working? How do I know if that giveaway that I did worked? These are 2 ways to do that. Iconosquare is my favorite. They do give a free trial. Just do the free trial. Do the free trial because you're going to learn so much about your Instagram that you never knew. It tells you when the people are on your Instagram the most, when your posts happen the most. And this is more important now with the algorithms of Instagram than it ever was before. Because if you're the kind of person that only posts at 9 o'clock in the morning, but the majority of the people are seeing your posts at 2, you lost a lot of people in your algorithms. You want to be posting at 1:59. So this is super important to find out when you're supposed to be posting. So everybody definitely get Iconosquare. Prime is another way to do that as well, and that's an app. So this is super, super important because you want to be posting at the time that people are looking for you, especially with the new algorithms, because it doesn't go in chronological order anymore. So If the majority of your people are, like I said, are coming in at 2 o'clock, and that's the main thing that I do for my clients. Blush, I know the majority of their people are 9 o'clock in the morning. For some reason, the wedding people in Orlando, Florida want to see weddings at 9 o'clock in the morning. So that's when I post the majority of their Instagrams. Everybody is different. You're all in different cities. You're all in different time zones. So this is so important to find out when people want to see what you're doing and at what time. So it's super important. This is another way to track it. This is free. Bitly, I'm sure everybody's heard of Bitly's. It's a way to shorten your website address. All my social media have different Bitly's. So my Instagram account has one. My Facebook account has one. God, my MySpace one had one. I'm dating myself there. Whew. So this is the way to track where your business is coming from in your social media. If the majority of your business is coming from Instagram, you need to be upping your Instagram sponsorships. If the majority of your Facebook, the majority of your business is coming from Facebook, then you know you need to be posting a lot more on Facebook. So this is the way that I track for all businesses where my marketing is coming from. And for me, it's Instagram. And boy, does that feel good. Because you know how much I pay for Instagram? Not a thing, not a dollar, not a dime. No offense to the Knot and Wedding Wire. I love them super much. And I'm not saying that I don't give them my marketing dollars. But free is awesome. Free is what we're all here to learn about, right? If you want free marketing, say aye. Absolutely. This is the way to track what you're doing and if it's working for you, if it's bringing you business to your account. Also, please change your Instagram over to business Instagram. If you don't know how to do that, I'm going to be over here in the corner. I will do it for you on your iPhones, iPads, whatever it is that you have. It gives you major analytics, and it also makes you come up more. It is also the only way soon you can have a sponsored post. So if you want to sell something, if you want to run an engagement session special, a bouquet special, a venue special, all of those things like that, you have to have a business Instagram account. If you're in this room, your businesses, your Instagrams need to be business Instagram accounts. If you don't, come to the corner. I will show you how to do that. It takes 2 seconds, no problem. These are my favorite apps on Instagram. A lot of people think that it's not fair that I'm a photographer, or a lot of people in the room are photographers, and they can take pretty pictures that get posted on Instagram. So I'm not a videographer. I actually hate doing video. The editing process just makes me want to shoot myself. So it's horrible. So this is the way for me to do something that I'm not good at and that I know is becoming more and more popular, right? Videos. Videos are so popular right now on Instagram. These are the ways to do those cute little, have you seen the bubble popping in the mouth and, all of those 2 or 3 little things that are put together in video form? That's a boomerang. And the same thing with hyperlapse, it does that same thing. Videos are really, 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 really becoming popular on Instagram. They're going to be higher in the algorithms, and they're looked at 2 times more right now than regular photos. So you have to be doing videos. Behind the scenes. So I did a little contest type thing with all of my Instagram accounts that I run, including the Fortune 500 company. And behind the scenes, man, that's where it's at. Everybody wants to see what you're doing, man. And that's the reason why they're following you on social media. That's the reason Snapchat's so popular. That's the reason Instagram stories are so popular right now. Behind the scenes is everything right now. If you're a florist, if you're a videographer, everybody wants to see that. If you're not doing behind the scenes Instagram stories, stick out your hand, I'm gonna smack it. Just like we're in high school. Yes. Oh, he stuck out his hand for me, that was nice. Instagram stories, definitely. You have to be doing Instagram stories, and I'm not saying all your Instagram stories need to be of that, but the reason that people are following you on social media is because they want to get to know you better. And if you're a very private person, which a lot of the companies that I manage are private, the behind the scenes is a great way for them to feel like they know you without you giving them a lot of personal information, right? So they can kind of see what you're doing. They can see that you're building a flower bouquet. I got caught up. He was like, what are you doing the other night? I'm sitting there. I don't do bouquets. I don't have any idea how to make a wedding bouquet. But I sat there over and over and over again and watched this snap or not a Snapchat, it was an Instagram story. And it was 6 Instagram stories back to back about how this wedding florist made a wedding bouquet. Why? Because it's cool. Because it's interesting. And now I feel like I can make a wedding bouquet. I mean, I can't, but I feel like I can. And why did I do that? Because it's interesting. People want to know what we do. Our industry is super interesting. That's why all of you are here. Our people want to know. People think wedding coordinators are rock stars outside of the wedding industry. The same with wedding photographers. People think that we have like the coolest job in the world, and believe me, we do have the coolest job in the world, but they want to know that. They want to see that. So Instagram stories is a way for people to get to know you, if not necessarily personal. I'm an all out there kind of person. If you follow me on any of these social medias, you know I don't have a filter whatsoever on anything. But I have a lot of clients who are very private. So when I said Snapchat, they were like, oh my gosh, no. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't need to be of your kids. Because I know a lot of you are like, Tab, I'm not putting my kids out there on the internet. And I get it, I understand. But you're behind the scenes, what you do is cool. People want to see what you're doing because it's cool. This is a way for you to add followers. This is a way for you to add people who are invested in you. And people who are invested in you will reshare your stuff. I reshared those it wasn't stupid, it was actually quite interesting, but it was a company in Connecticut. They might even be here, I don't know. But it was a company in Connecticut making a floral bouquet. I shared that. I thought it was cool. The beginning and the after photos, I shared it. It was super cool. I don't know them, but I feel like I know her now. And she didn't tell me anything. She didn't tell me who her kids were, what school she goes to, where she went to college, what color shoes she likes. She didn't do any of that. All she did was show me how to do a bouquet, which was cool. So I want to thank Anamoto, who is one of my sponsors, and I want to let you know, I'm so glad I didn't cough the whole time, that they are giving 30% off. I can't tell you what their next thing is because it's not released until next week, and they told me that they would smack me, but I will say it has to do with social media and taking videos to social media. Really, really, really cool and really easy. So you guys need to check them out. Again, follow these people. Make sure you're taking photos today, posting them. You can win a one-on-one mentoring session with Shannon, who is the head of Wedding MBA, and 3 months free of social media from me. You're in the class, so obviously you feel like you need it. I hope you guys learned something today, and thank you all so much for being here.